Is SMMA dead? This is a question on some people's minds. Is it still a business model that you should actually be doing? So I'm going to tell you if that's true, and a nice little cheeky way that you could increase the amount of money that you are making, no matter what business model you're doing in 2025, an asset that you should be building. In Bali right now, it's Sunday, so we are going to get to it. And no, I haven't just came out to Bali to get some content to consumerize you with. I have got a little Indonesian baby on the way, so Bali will be the place that I'm living. I picked up one of these as well. Started to shoot some content on the handicap. Every photo I take is also done on a film camera. And this comes out with some belter shots.
Aye. Fuck that girl you're chasing, that's a waste of time. Yo, fuck that tired of waiting, just do my side. Too much.
Mr. Hammers and I got the DJIs out. Alright boys, I need some wise words of wisdom.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna give you, gents. So get your notepads, fuck me, bruv. Get your notepads out. So what is SMMA? Right, let's talk about what this means. It stands for Social Media Marketing Agency. And this is in fact what I still do. But this particular sub-niche of the agency business model blew up years ago. A few content creators put it on the map, a few YouTubers. So it became flooded with thousands, hundreds of thousands of people trying this business model out. Now, most people in today's world, 2025, will say that the business model is practically non-existent, which is a load of shit. What you were getting taught and what SMMA is nothing new, okay? Digital agencies have been around for years. It's just what was being sold was different. So this is still a sustainable business model and an incredible beginner-friendly one for anyone to get into. You could sell website designs, and if you focus on a pain point that's going to benefit someone, you'll be able to sell these with ease. So if you sold a website design that solved the problem of a low conversion rate on someone's business, then they're actually going to have more leads convert and it's going to make them more money. That then makes it a service, so it would be easy for you to sell. If you had a short form content agency, you could solve the problem of someone not getting enough exposure, not getting enough social media traction. You solve that problem. As a result of that, they're more likely to have more clients come in that's going to pay them, so it's easy to monetize that ads. If you can directly show that you will make them money and you hit KPIs, it's an easy service to sell, because anyone will buy into something if they have a huge amount of belief and security through the service that you provide that it's going to make them money, right? It's the easiest framework to sell on. This is still applicable in today's world, but what a lot of people have got confused is it's a super easy business model to make your first $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, up to $10,000 per month. But then most people struggle with the logistics required to scale it further than that. And there's actually a simpler way that you could increase your revenue. This is something that I'm going to be focusing on this year. A service-based business model, as much as we may love to glorify it, is still, in a sense, working for someone else, even when you have your own team built out. Because hypothetically speaking, if all of a sudden every single one of your clients decided they weren't going to pay you, you have no revenue coming in, okay? Because you actually don't have control over your own individual asset or entity. You're still relying on someone else to pay you. So I had a shift recently, and I personally make a ton of brands a shit ton of money, and the penny dropped. Why aren't I doing that for myself? So if you're watching this, you're in an agency space, no matter what you're selling, what you should be thinking is how you can leverage that money further. And the answer to that is building your own e-commerce brand or info product asset. It doesn't have to directly be a course to help you take revenue to the next level, because the logistical side of it is very low maintenance. You should be focusing on leveraging your agency right now as a cash cow. One quote that I will always remember is, we quit our 9-to-5s because we don't want to be a slave to the system, yet we end up becoming a slave to our own systems. And this just shows how fried my brain actually is on a Sunday. I've said that quote like it's not my own quote. Like that's not my own thought that I theorized. Yeah, that's my own quote. And that couldn't be more true in a service-based business, because although you may not be selling your time by the exact hour, there is a limit of time in the day and logistically what you can handle for those services that you're selling. So we are effectively a glorified employee to ourselves, because we're restricting our own boundaries for our financial growth with this business model. So what should you take from this? If you're watching this and you're thinking, should you start an agency? By all means, fuck yes, go for it, because you will be able to easily replace that 9 to 5 income. And then my suggestion to anyone would be, get the fuck out of Europe, go to a place in Asia where the cost of living's lower. Naturally, your profit margins are gonna be higher. You'll be surrounded by other nomads. You get to completely reset your social norms and use that as your base foundation to then continue scaling. If you are currently running an agency, you should be thinking about what that asset is that you're going to build. And you probably had this thought before in your head anyway. And if you have, and you're in the exact same boat as me, you should definitely subscribe, because I'm about to show you me doing this whole process and building these assets. And like I said at the start of the video, I've got a baby on the way. So I want to continue creating my empire, because you've got to be attached to your fucking ego, right? It's within us, that desire to build. Stay attached to that, but doing it in a way where the input is low for the output. And that doesn't take away from the work rate that you need to put in, because you've got to work hard. You will not achieve anything great if you don't work hard. But we have to be real with ourselves and understand where sometimes we may be taking the harder route. And if you've been running your business now for maybe a year and you're struggling to take it that step further, Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So you either have to look at your internal systems, identify what your roadblock is, or accept that maybe another route, and that's exactly what I'm going to go down. Now, for future videos, I have no idea how I'm going to create these content style-wise, but if you found this useful, just show some love, and I'll see you all in the next video.